You know the way I feel about the 2-point conversion. Throw the analytics in the shredder. Go for two every time. It's
Definitely
two
not.
for one. It's 2 yards. Miami averaged as a team over 5 yards a carry. Achane, he averaged 7.8 yards this year per carry. It's 2 yards. It's 2 yards. You get a 2 for 1 on it.
What happened now? What happens, and what's your opinion when you're in that scenario? Because it's going to happen. I'm the head coach of the Giants, and I say, you know what? I'm listening to back it up. I'm going for 2 every single play this year. Now, you score those 2 touchdowns, and you miss those 2-point conversions. Now you're talking about making a field goal to tie the game, and you lost those potentially 2 easier points. Granted, the extra point's a little bit longer nowadays, but the probabilities are still up there. And regardless of analytics, like you just said, you're averaging this, you're averaging that. It's all different when you're on the goal line with 2 lines to go.
2 yards. I don't understand why people are going analytics for 2 yards.
Well, no. You're proving my point right there. That's what I'm saying. You got to throw, even if you throw away the analytics, like you just said, Achane's averaging 5 yards and Mostart's averaging 7. That's fine. But you can't tell me when you're watching a game, whether it's a touchdown or a 2-point conversion, when you're 2 yards from that goal line, that's a different defense than when you're at the 50-yard line trying to get 3 yards for a first down. That's a different atmosphere than when you're on your own 20 trying to get 5 yards, because now the field's cut short. You only got 12 yards of field play because you're going for 2. You got a defense that's amped up saying that if we stop these guys, now the next time they're going to have to do this all over again. And on top of it, get another 2 yards. And oh yeah, they just didn't get the 2 yards. So we already did it once. Now we can do it again. And now you're just getting that defense so amped up. I
will never concede on this, because if I have Lamar as my quarterback, if I have Lamar Jackson as my quarterback.
No, you have Tua. No, we're talking about, let's just say Tua. Let's stick to the Dolphins. You really want the Dolphins going for 2 points every single time they score?
Actually, no. You know why? Because he put him in shotgun for the 2 yards and he'd blow a pass. That's not my point. My point is somebody like the Ravens. All right, fine. It's selective then, based on the personnel and the coach and the team. If I have Lamar, I have a pass, I have a run up the middle, and I have a play action bootleg.
Yep.
It's 2 yards. He carried it 11 times last week for 100 yards.
Now all the autographs and all the people that you meet that play this sport and have played it for a long time and are retired from it, next time you meet one of them, just ask them how hard it is to get those 2 yards, and I'll see if that changes your mind.
Okay, I will. Next time I see Otis Anderson, I'm going to ask him.
Ask him. And next time I meet someone, I'm going to ask them as well and see what they say. But like you just won't concede to it. I'm not either, because I just don't agree with it from a standpoint. I think it's depending upon the situation. If you've been behind, let's say you've been down 4 touchdowns the whole game, and now you score, and all of a sudden analytics says go for 2, because it's easier for you. I don't agree with that, because you already have been down 4 touchdowns the whole game. Take the points when you can get them.
But they rely so much on analytics, to your point, right? There was a game this week, and I think it may have been the one that Collingsworth was announced, and I can't remember which one. It's like 4th and 1 on the team's own 38, and it said analytics says go for it. And they went for it. They got it. If you're going to go for it there, why aren't you going to go down at the other?
No, I think you're confusing me, because I'm totally against analytics. I'm not saying I was mocking the analytics there. I don't agree with it at all. But for me, it's all about a situation thing, and it's the same thing. We play strat. You can't do a long pass from the 1 yard line in strat, right? Because you got a shorter field to work with. So for me, you're cutting off your field. The options might be more from your standpoint with the, if you have Lamar, you can run out, you can option tight end. Everybody's professional. You can do whatever you want at that point. But depending on the situation and where you are in that game and what you've done that whole game, it doesn't make sense to me. If you're Miami and you've been struggling trying to run the ball the whole time, don't go for the 2 down at the goal line, because they know you're struggling the whole time running. You're probably going to pass. And even if you don't pass, they could probably stop you. And if you do pass and you miss it because your quarterback's Tua and he's not doing that great that game, you're going to be kicking yourself in the head later when, you lose the game by 1 point.
I still think
I think we need to have a whole episode just on the 2-point conversion, whether it should be allowed or not.
I got another 4 hours on the 2 points.